Hi Aquarius, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. This is your bi-weekly reading, Aquarius, from the dates between the 11th and the 25th of July. The first three cards are going to relate to this week, which is going to be the 11th to the 18th or the 17th, whatever, and the second three cards, are going to be related from the 19th to the 25th of July. Obviously, I'll pull supporting cards if necessary. I'm going to try to keep the reading to about 15 minutes. And of course, Aquarius, of course, I have shuffled the cards, I've meditated, I've done my Reiki, and your reading is going to be for your highest good, Aquarius. I promise you. Okay, so let's get started, okay? You got a lot to say. By the way, I've been watching Wendy Williams, and this is the third card. That's the third time the Two of Cups has been out. And the King of Swords, and then we have the what's that card? The Nine of Wands, and then for next week we've got these three cards. I keep them face down just so I don't get distracted by the energies, okay, that come through. This card wants to be your first card, and it's this card here. The Five of Cups. Some of you this week, by the way, read the description box below because it explains the astrology and how that's going to be affecting us this month, okay? So this is not a surprise. We've got, I think we've got a ridiculous amount of eclipses and retrogrades this, in the month of July, okay? So you will be thinking back to your past. You'll be looking back at your past. You'll be looking back at your past behaviours, the challenges in the past, how things have changed in the past, the consequences of your past behaviour, etc, etc. This is what some of you will be doing today. I'm recording these on the 10th. This is what some of you will be doing this week. You're actually experiencing this energy. So you may actually today have been thinking about, excuse me for swearing, shit, you know, I was really bad to that person in the past, or that person was a real shithead to me. You know, that was awful, you know, and you're in that sort of energy of like feeling that, you know what I mean? You're in that water, you're in that swill, you're in that pond today, some of you. Or you start, or at the start of the week, at the start of this week, you're feeling like this. And this is normal. This is what retrogrades are for. This is what eclipses are for. So I am going to make another video actually about moving through the five energies, because this is what a lot of us are facing this month. And for the next couple of months, actually, we'll be facing this energy of challenge and change. So I'll put a video on, and I'll once I've recorded it, I'll tag it on I'll put it on this video, Aquarius, so you can see it, okay? Don't be concerned too much about that. You know, there's Two of Cups behind you, and like we're saying, this is what you're coming toward, Aquarius, okay? Look at this card here. You know, this is a Two of Cups. We all know what this cups mean. Can you see this card? Yeah. This is a Two of Cups. We all know what this card means. You know, this is a soulmate card, but it's more a card of commitment. It's about making a commitment. And for some of you, it's about making a commitment to being truthful, being honest in your future relationships. You know, maybe that was the thing that you weren't able to be in a previous relationship. Maybe you weren't able to be honest. Maybe you weren't able to be open, and maybe you weren't in control of your communication skills. You know, maybe you hadn't sort of gained that understanding of how I communicate with my partner, how I communicate in my relationships. And for some of you this week, it's about making a commitment to being, you know, it's about making a commitment to being clear, making a commitment. I mean, this is your energy, the King of Swords, making a commitment to being truthful to yourself about how you feel, about the things that you want, about the things that you want moving forward in your life, you know, and that's a really positive, there's a real strength to you this week, Aquarius. Some of you, I feel that strength when I was just saying that to you. So I can feel that this is how some of you are actually feeling. This is what some of you are actually experiencing this week. This feeling of confidence, this feeling of, you know, I can speak my truth. I can be truthful with myself. I can be honest about how if you were the baddie in the past, you know what I mean, in past relationships, or if you the person that lied, you are really saying, do you know what, I understand my part in those things. I feel like I'm repeating myself here. I think it might say something similar in the description box below. But remember, that's what we're all experiencing, because it's the eclipse season and the retrograde season. So we're thinking about our own responsibilities, okay? Now, this is a card of trauma. Now, nines. I'm actually quite loving nines at the moment, because, you know, you'll see a lot of nines in your readings over the next few weeks from all tarot readers. You'll see a lot of nines because we're in retrograde season, we're in eclipse season, and at those times, we're thinking back to our past. We're thinking about the impacts of the past on us now. And obviously that's what this, and we're thinking about also we're recognizing also the impact of our past on who we are now, on how we show up today. That's what this card basically represents. So the Nine of Wands is a card of, Wands, is our life force, or key, as in key wisdom tarot, Reiki, energy. Key stands for energy, by the way. It's about our energy, our life force, our chi. The thing that motivates us, the thing that makes us feel good, the thing that makes us want to move toward things, creation. That's what this card is about. That's what, that's what the wand energy is about. So when we get to the Nine of Wands, it's about realizing that life force, that motivation, that self-esteem, that feelings of wanting to be creative, that's been like the faucet, as they say in America, has been turned down. You know, the tap has been turned down a little bit, and it's as if you are scared to even allow yourself to feel that way. You're scared to even allow yourself to recognize that there are these parts of you and that you feel that way. You will overcome this. This is a card of nines are about realization. Nines are about realizing the limitations you have you have been put under because of past experiences. So don't fear a nine, because nines are always positive. It's that realization that we gain from them. Now, for some reason, I'm going to have to clarify this card, and this, you know, excellent. Look at that. Your energy, Ace of Swords, you know, this is what we want to see. We want to see you being honest with yourself, Aquarius, you know, whether it be about, you know, your current love relationship, or a past love relationship, or how you treat yourself, the things that you tell yourself, the things that you say to yourself in your mind. It's about being clear, it's about being truthful, it's about being compassionate, and it's about moving forward. You know, this ace, this has come through this, and it's about having aces of new beginnings and new starts anyway. And again, this is a card, nines are numbers of realization, and the Ace of Swords is a number of realization. This is about clarity, gaining emotional clarity, mental clarity, finally, about a situation from your past, about how you were treated in your past, or how you treated somebody else in the past. Being honest and being decisive. And I think I said in your July love reading that if you need to apologize to somebody, or someone needs to apologize to you, that is definitely, it feels like it's forthcoming. The energy of July is, because of the retrogrades and the eclipses, the energy in July is pushing us in that direction. Okay, so let's look at next week then. So this is going to be the 19th to the 25th. We've got the devil energy, the lovers, and judgment. Wow. 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 Please don't get put off by me doing this. I do this because when I upload my videos, when you upload your videos, YouTube choose your thumbnails, and if you put something close to the screen, then it takes a picture of it. So this might be your thumbnail. It just saves me time taking separate pictures. Wow. I mean, I'm happy for you. And you've got these three major arcana, so which means that there's going to be a huge amount of change for you in the month of July or going forward. You know, when we've got this energy might be around you for some time, actually, because with it being three major arcanas, this energy might be following you into August. Oh my God, I can't believe it's going to be August soon. This year has gone so quickly. This energy might be coming up actually in the next 6 months. You know what I mean? As in, like, wow. Okay, there's a lot coming through. wow. You know, really, Aquarius, there's a huge amount of maturity from you. There's a huge amount of maturity from you this week, or next week, I should say. A huge amount of maturity. You know, you really are starting to be honest. It's not as if you haven't been necessarily in the past. I mean, I don't know you. You know you. But I always say, when I was in Ibiza last week, and a guy chatting me up as, you know, standard, and he was very nice, actually, bless him. Anyway, we got onto the topic of, you know, what do you do for a living, blah blah blah. And I said, oh, I do this YouTube channel, and I said, we talked about meditation. He said, what is the point of meditation? He said. And I said to him, I said, well, do you know there's two of you? I said, there's more than two of you, but there's two of you. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, you know, there's a you that's out there in the world that everybody sees, you know, that goes to work, that has friends, that has relationships. And then there's the other you. And he said, what do you mean? I said, there's the you that goes to bed at night and closes your eyes and sleeps on the pillow. I said, that's you. That's you, and only you know that. Only you know that you, if that makes sense. And we all have that you. We all have that you that is hidden, and not necessarily hidden on purpose, but just that is protected by us. You know, that's almost normal, really. So this is like you bringing that you, meditation bring those two yous, versions of yourself, closer together. And with the Judgment card, it's as if this is what it's like you're getting. It's like the world is going to see the two yous. It's like you're not going to apologise for having two yous. It's normal. I hope this is making sense. But it's how I explain it. It's like you've got your higher self and you've got your lower ego. And your lower ego doesn't mean you're like a piece, excuse me for swearing, a piece of shit. You know, it just means that, you know, we might do things that are not for our highest good, but feed our lower egos. For example, we might go on Tinder. I don't go on Tinder. We might go on Tinder and we might go on online dating things. And we might, you know, swipe right just to get likes. This is what people tell me. I don't use Tinder. But anyway, we might go on and swipe right or swipe left, whatever, just to get likes off people or get matches off people. And then we ain't talking to those people. I ain't interested in meeting anyone on Tinder. And yet you do the whole process of, oh, look, he likes me or she likes me, we've been matched, just to get that boost. That's a lower ego need. It's not necessary to do that. Who cares? Like, why waste your energy getting a match with someone if you're not even going to bother talking to them? And it really sounds like I'm being personal here, but I swear to you, I know you said that. But anyway, so you have your higher self and your lower ego. And your higher self is, you know, does things that feel right, even if it goes against what other people say or what other people think, but you feel like this is the right thing to do, you know. And then you've got your lower ego, and it's as if you're going to let the world see you. You're going to let the world see your higher self and your lower ego, and there's going to be no apologies made by you. And good on you, rightly so. I mean, we've got the Lovers and the Devil. I always love how these two cards are basically the same card. As above, so below. You know, basically that's what the Judgment card is saying, as above, so below. So whether I'm rushing because I'm running out of time. Some of you could be thinking back to an old relationship, a past union, but the Devil is, yes, it's related to Capricorn's energy. In your energy, Aquarius, it could be you holding on to something, you holding on maybe to this energy, you holding on to the guilt, or to the things that you've done in the past, the things that weren't positive that you did in the past, for example. It could be that. I mean, I would say that, yeah, there's guilt there. There's guilt there. Let me just clarify. There's guilt there. I mean, to be fair, let me see if you deserve to feel, yeah. I mean, look at this. This then came out, the Five of Cups. So there is guilt related to this Devil energy. There is guilt related to this past relationship. If you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, just leave it. I don't understand why people stay in relationships. Well, I do understand why you stay in relationships if you're not happy. But I think that once you realise you're not happy, then you must do something to change that. And that, because, you know, if you do that, you get the Six of Wands, which is a victory card. I mean, I hope that I'm not rushing, and I hope that you're understanding this reading, and I hope that you're getting something from it. But let's look. We've got the Lovers and we've got the Two of Pentacles. Excuse me, the Two of Cups. So there's a real love that's going to be brought to the surface for you this next couple of weeks, Aquarius. You know, it's about realizing that you love somebody, or that you loved somebody, or that somebody loved you, and you might feel guilty about your treatment of them, or they might feel guilty about their treatment of you this week. But it's about really realizing that you can overcome that and you can move away from that energy. You don't have to feel Five of Cups. You know, it's funny that this card came out as the first card. You don't have to feel like that. It's about moving away from that now. It's about realizing that that's over, and being honest and truthful. Again, being honest and truthful with yourself about your part in things, willingly reflecting on the things that you've done, but also then, you know, acknowledging it, maybe even speaking about it if it's necessary to whoever you need to speak to, and then letting it go and realizing that you have moved on. And that with sixes are always about balance. They're always about lessons learned in the past and taking the wisdom from the past that we learned into our future, into our relationships in our future, into our work in the future, or whatever it is we're doing. So the lessons have been learned by you. You know, lessons have been learned by you. So there's clarity coming for you. There really is. There's a strength and a clarity that's going to be. I'm surprised I've not seen the World card though. Actually, I'm surprised I've not seen the World card, because it feels like that type of energy. It really feels like it's a new start for you. It's a new. No, it's not. I'm just seeing it's coming out. It's a new start for you. Okay, so be true to yourself. Be truthful to yourself and whoever. If you're in a relationship, be truthful with that person. But yeah, you can't go on beating yourself up all the time about the stuff that you've done in the past that were bad, or how someone treated you bad in the past, because it just holds you down. It holds you back. It holds you stuck and locked and tied to something that is just unhealthy. It's got to that point now where it's unhealthy for you, and you really need to just move on. You really need to move on, Aquarius, and you really need to let that go, whether it's letting the guilt go, whether it's letting the other person go, the ex go, whatever, whether it's letting the current partner go. You will know, whether it's leaving the job, leaving the work behind, the negative emotions that you felt. It's about letting those go over this next couple of weeks, okay? I hope that was helpful for you, Aquarius. I'll see you again next week for your additional love readings for July, and I'll tag on your July love reading, which I've already done, to the end of this video, okay? Or the link below, whichever I remember. Okay, have a fabulous week, and I will see you all next week. Thank you, Aquarius. Bye.